When you think of Barrio Logan, this might be the first place that comes to mind, Chicano Park, where every mural here tells a story of a struggle or a success. But it wasn't easy to get this park here. And many business owners, they've also fought to stay alive in Barrio Logan. But also just as important to them, many businesses are fighting to preserve their rich culture. That rich culture evident through these bold, bright murals, about 60 of them created by muralist Victor Ochoa.
If it wasn't for Chicano Park, we would have Taco Bells all over the place and parking lots.
Chicano Park came to be because the people of Logan Heights wanted it.
Back in April 1970, Victor was one of hundreds of protesters.
When I got here, it was mainly mothers and kids doing, human chains around the bulldozers.
Trying to stop a CHP office from being built here.
One of the things about Chicano Park is that nothing has been without a struggle.
In the 60s, Interstate 5.
He recalls when Interstate 5 and the bridge were built, saying they cut off Logan Heights from the barrio.
We had junkyards, big old trucks, crunching cars right next to people's houses.
While it's still somewhat industrial and lined with poverty, nowadays it's being recognized as a place for expression through its arts district. Beyond the nearly 100 murals of Chicano Park,
These were a lot of fun.
you don't have to go far to find creative designs. Just head over to So Loca on Logan Avenue.
We mainly use recycled, repurposed, reclaimed fabrics.
Sustainable fashion that makes a statement with pride in her culture front and center.
Culture, community, those things really, really matter here.
And just down the street on Logan, the first Latino-owned brewery in San Diego.
Barrio Logan has really blessed us.
The CEO of Border X putting Mexican heritage on display through art and Latin-inspired beer.
We call that gentrification, which is a more person-based, humane way of developing our neighborhoods. And that's the first rule is, you really got to celebrate the history.
Authentic Mexican food like that served at Las Cuatro Milpas.
Going strong since 1933, you'd rarely see this place without a long line.
I used to live literally right in the back. There's some apartments. I grew up basically on this property.
Nadia Estudillo's great-grandparents opened this authentic restaurant operated by mostly women.
The mayor comes in all the time, the police officers, we get a lot of lawyers, a lot of people that you would not expect to be in here that are high in power. Just last weekend, there was this guy that came from Alaska for just a dozen of corn tortillas.
From the old to the brand new. On National Avenue, the recently dubbed Acre of Awesome is bringing its own flavor to the neighborhood.
Passion fruit and blackberry.
Cove Yerba Mate opened up during the pandemic, bringing hard tea to the market.
This is our baby yerba.
So that's the plant that makes the tea.
Yeah.
They ferment their tea at Thorn Brewing next door and have a decorated outdoor tasting room. It tastes like delicious fruit. In what was Thorn's loading zone. While much of what they're doing is new and unique, the owners of Cove know to be welcomed here, they must embrace the past.
This is Pan de Muerto beer.
Now, you could call her the queen of embracing her roots.
We used all of the ingredients that the pastry has.
The founder of San Diego's first Latina-owned brew space, appropriately named Mujeres Brewhouse, grew up here.
Trying to keep the tradition, the culture, is something that is absolutely just beautiful. And to be a part of that, is just, it's historic.
Cheers. Whether people eat and drink their way through town, are here for the lowrider culture, or come to soak in spectacular murals and absorb the deep messages within, they're sure to gain insight on what hard work and determination can do.
Critics of Chicano Park see it as a haven for drug dealers.
It's that grit that turned a somewhat run-down community once taken over by junkyards into a sacred place that will captivate all the senses.
So colorful, so beautiful. You actually love this so much. You spent a couple days working on this piece.
There's so many things, so many places I wish we could have put in the piece, but obviously we don't have, 24 hours to cover it, but it's really worthy of going to and seeing it for yourself. Eat your way through Barrio Logan. There's so many good options there. Barrio Dog. There's so many restaurants I couldn't profile, but it's worth checking out.
And like you said, drink your way through it as well.
You could also drink your way through. Yes, there are breweries. There's that yerba mate place. They also have plans to extend Chicano Park all the way to the water. So that's another something that's in the works that Victor was telling us about. Each person we interviewed had their own story that I'd love to just profile individually.
Well, we'll continue to follow their progress, right?